All right. So there are two things I want to talk about in this video. Well, first first subject is going to be about this beta male soy boy, this beta male cuck, Chris Cuomo, a.k.a. Fredo, from Clown News Network, has been given the axe, and quite for good reason. Given that, while his brother Andrew Cuomo, who happened to be the former governor of New York, literally Fredo has been by his side for the most part, um, and literally has been covering up for him. Now I understand when it comes to family. I mean, you got whether they're blood or not. You got to stick together. But let me tell you this right here. Um, literally when if there's anybody in the Marxist Satanist media, a high profile individual that is a personnel in the Marxist Satanist media, 9 times out of 10, they are obviously in cahoots with many politicians. Some of them, particularly, I mean, most of them, particularly Democratic. I mean, most of them, particularly in the left. Now, yeah, you can say the exact same thing about, Fox and Fox News and whatnot. But here's the thing. But yes, I'm just gonna lay it out right here. Fredo Cuomo, yeah, Fredo has been axed. You know, I mean, granted, they say suspended indefinitely, but I don't know if that's going to mean that he's gone from the network for good. But who knows? But who knows? So what about Fredo? I mean, and thing is I gotta say is, yeah, he's been and then you also got to factor in how hypocritical Fredo happens to be. He tells you and I how to think, but half the time he do on the contrary. So so there he goes. There he goes with his abundant hypocrisy, which, yeah, the left obviously knows, obviously has been pushing lately. So, yeah, Fredo Cuomo gone from Clown News Network, and that's one thing right there. Thank freaking God. And then let's go ahead and talk about this other beta male Karen, this other beta male simp, Le Clown James, Le Douchebag James. Now all of a sudden, Le Douchebag James just got tested positive for the beer bug, and he has to sit out for a lot of games. Yeah. Now, let me go on the record and say this. I'm not a fan of the NBA. I used to like the NBA during the Jordan era, um, when the Chicago Bulls literally um, were the greatest team back in the 90s. But now I gotta say, right now I can't stand the NBA, and the real reason being is because LeBron James literally single-handedly brought the NBA down to substandard values. I mean, LeBron James literally brought his divisive politics, trying to tell you and I how to think. And then you got LeClown James want to say that this is the same LeBron James that's talking about that cops are always hunting black people like myself, which that is not necessarily the case, because that right there is a proven lie. And this is also the same LeBron James who pretty much punched a Pistons player. I forgot what the name of the player was, and pretty much have like Pacers fans ejected from a game. Yeah, that LeBron James. I mean, yes, this is the same LeBron James who can't read a single sentence or write a single paragraph. But lecture somebody like me on how I should think according to them. Now, let me say this. I'm not a fan of LeBron James. But, I mean, the thought of him catching the beer bug is, having me saying, well, damn. Because, I mean, it really sucks for him. But who knows how this whole thing will play out from him catching, for him having this virus. Now, from what I hear, LeBron James was fully vaccinated. And you've heard me say this on this channel a lot. Just because you're fully vaccinated, that don't mean anything. It don't mean shit. Because the truth of the matter is, you can still catch the freaking virus even after you've been fully jabbed, including the booster and all that kind of stuff, man. So, it's all about just just take your freaking vitamins. If you want to prevent catching the freaking virus. I mean, I'm just saying. But it is bad enough that they always but it is bad enough that we already got this other variant of this here virus out, this Omicron variant. But that's another rant. I've already talked about that not the other day. But yeah, that is what I have to say about this. I'm Chuck Johnson, a.k.a. Kid Thunder. You guys have a wonderful night.